Alright, so the gap was left in between here where the tube is. When you pull this out, it actually formed this. Maybe it made its own little tube. But anyway, when these are in the heat break, where's my other one? They go all the way through, okay? That white tube sits on the bottom of that. It's supposed to. So, I don't know where I put the other one. Right here. Okay. See right there? You see how far that is? So, there's a tube, a metal tube in there right there called the heat break. And if you have a really good printer, it'll have a solid metal heat break. Eventually, this Teflon tube will degrade. You get a gap in there, and then you'll start to like get clogging and stuff. That's why these clog. So, I think I'm ready to try this now. So, we're just gonna home it, I guess. And actually, what I want to do before I do that, I want to hook up my other power supply. I saw it print with that. It just wasn't putting out anything and just tearing up the bed. So let's switch it. Alright, so I swapped the old power supply back on. And we're going to see what we can do. Looking at the specs on that. These two power supplies are exactly rated the same. Boy, this thing is noisy. I'm not zip tying anything until I see this thing work. Okay, it started. Oh, it left some stuff. Cool. This has been a lot of work. I've got quite a bit of time in this thing. Now, if I would have just swapped the thing in the first time without going into my parts bin, I probably would have been done hours ago. And now I got to put this one back together. Yep, it's printing. Cool. I'm going to print a black cat. It's going to take 2.5 hours, dude. So what this thing would have needed was this hot end and then another piece there. And then that part put back on. I think they were fiddling with that because they thought maybe something else was up. What went wrong with theirs, I think, was there's an element in here that senses the heat, and that thing went bad, and so it was reading wrong, and it was trying to protect the thing, and anyway, so we got this extra one here. This just needs an element and a sensing, whatever you call it, thermocoupler or thermistor, I don't even know. It looks like a little glass bead, so I'm not sure exactly what it is. So I gotta get my other printer back together, but so far so good. It's been printing for a while. It says it's almost done. 2 minutes, 98. Looks better than the other damn one. Got 1 minute left. I'll have to let it cool off anyway. So now that it's finally done, I can go to bed. I try not to ever print anything and not be in the room, because if something goes wrong and you make like a big huge rat's nest and it gets caught in here and you make a blob, it'll break off the print head and all kinds of stuff. It can get really bad because these motors got quite a bit of power, and so you can end up snapping the belt and all kinds of stuff. What I've seen happen, somebody else had a problem. My friend coasted, and he ripped off some teeth on one of these belts here and stretched it. Something got caught, and that was one of my first ones that he gave me to fix. So anyway, I don't ever walk away from them usually. Or if I do, I have one that has a camera. Alright. This thing actually came out pretty good. Alright. There you go, guys. Now, I think that I may have screwed up and broke the original hot end that was on it. Or maybe they had already fiddled with it. And there was a couple of things when I look back on it now. The thing was set to 230 volts, which means it was basically half capacity. It was still putting out the 24 volts, but it didn't have enough current. And so it was causing it to shut down. And thermal runaway things and stuff like that. So had I known that, I probably could have flipped the switch. I probably could have put the Bowden tube on it, and it probably would have been good. It would have been good to go. But oh well. So the other one broke off from the block when I tried to remove the temperature sensor. So now that heating element is still probably good. The second one that I put on here had a different value on both the heating element and the temperature sensor. It says it was from some other printer that Dave had. Could have been one of those old A-net printers, and so it might have been for 12 volt printer. I don't know, because I think some of the early ones were, and it just didn't like it. And so, but for some stupid reason, it would print on 230 volts on the power supply setting. So I went down the rabbit hole and tried the other one, the other power supply. So, but I got this one back on here, and everything's on here. This is all like basically an original Ender 3. Still got the plastic extruder. I mean, you still got the Bowden tube, and we got an original Creality replacement hot end. And so, yeah, it's working good. I'll print some stuff tomorrow, and we'll catch you all later.